Welcome back, guys, to another episode of Books and Beers. May sound tired. It's my birthday today. Happy birthday to me. Of course, Falcon would leave me a video of Books and Beers for my birthday, and also having the task of hosting him instead of enjoying myself. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, so this is gonna be a short and sweet review. And I had a long night yesterday celebrating. It was a lot of fun. And yeah, let's get to it. So the book I'm going to review today is called Prisoners of Geography. It's actually one of the first books I read. It's a super easy read. You guys can probably finish it in like 2 days. It's only 250 pages, but it reads pretty quickly. And it doesn't, like, each chapter is its own, if that makes sense. So like you can read, let's say you want to learn more about the Middle East, you can read that chapter and it has nothing to do with the other. So each chapter is divided by a region of the world. So if you want to learn about a particular part of the world, but you don't want to read about the United States because you know a lot about the United States, you can do it. It's a pretty introductory book. Not to say that it's like a 4th grade level, it's a pretty high level. For me, it actually helped a lot when it comes to like the Far East and Africa. I consider myself pretty ignorant when it comes to the problems that are happening in Africa and the Middle East, and this book does a great job explaining what they are. A lot of the borders were drawn artificially by people that didn't even live there, so they separated a lot of tribes, and there's a lot of religious tribe conflicts. So if you really want to learn more about the Middle East and all that and Africa, it's a really good book. It also talks about South America, how the wealth is concentrated in the coast, which me being from Venezuela, I had never thought about it like that, but it makes a lot of sense. And how there's a lot of poverty in the interior of South America. It talks about Russia, how even though they have the same amount of land as the United States, they couldn't be as powerful, mainly because of like half their country is ice for half a year. It talks about China, how they became a superpower, their population problems. They talk about how the United States became so successful because they have the Pacific and the Atlantic. They have Canada and Mexico, which are pretty peaceful neighbors. They don't cause a lot of problems, which is obviously good for the United States. And that's where our beer comes in. So the beer for this week is Kronenbourg Blanc from our neighbors up in Canada. There's no editing magic for this episode because we know what happened last time. But let's try it out. Wow. It's a really good flavor. It's a light beer. It has a particular taste at the end. I don't know much about beer, so I don't know what it is exactly, but I think it says here it's a malt beverage. I don't know if I have to do some research on that. Falcon's more of a beer expert than I am, but it has a particular flavor. It's definitely really good. I would definitely recommend it. It's very light. It goes down super easy. Yeah, I mean, I think I'm gonna give it a 3.8. 3.8 for Kronenbourg Blanc. Really good beer. Really, I don't know if you guys can see, it's a really nice can, pretty tall, 500 milliliters, 5% alcohol. I had to wake up today to do some work and film Books and Beers, of course, but for you guys. It's a big can. It's a big can. Oh man. There it is. I finished it this episode. Let's go. Now back to the book. But yeah, if I have to give a rating to this book, if you're like a history, international studies major, I probably wouldn't recommend it because you probably know most of this. But if you're someone that wants to learn more about Africa or the Middle East like I was, and mainly about the whole world and how geography, I think the most important point of this book is that it shows how important geography has been in history to get the countries to where they are today, which is pretty cool. I had never thought about it like that. And yeah, it's just the whole study of geography and how important it is, and how basically a country like the United States was lucky to be where it is and to have the land it has. And it was truly fascinating. I give it like a 3 3.5, 3.6. Obviously, it's not a game-changing, life-changing, life-altering book, but it's really cool if you want to learn a little about geography and like different parts of the world that you might not know about the conflicts going on in the Middle East. And yeah, I think a 3.5 is fair. So if you want to keep watching our reviews, if you want to watch our upcoming surprise, Falc is coming to visit me, so we're going to be filming a lot. If you want to watch that, it's coming out in the next 2 or 3 weeks. That's going to be a lot of fun. Subscribe to the channel. There's a lot of good things coming. We have a lot of things planned for the future. This is just starting. Check out Falcon's review next week. Like the video, and we'll see you guys next week. Peace.